Hi, welcome to a very special edition of Roll for Bluff, our holiday episode.
Yay! Look, holidays.
Special reindeer, Santa, stockings.
Wait, we dressed up for this?
Get out. My name is Sam, and normally I play Calmine on our show, Bards and Nobles. However, today I'm going to be talking as Frost of the Peaks, the Tabaxi Ranger. And to my right, we have Tristan, who normally plays Soren Thunderfist, a Goliath Barbarian, who instead will be playing Krampus, a Tiefling Fighter.
Yes.
And to my left, as normal, as almost always, our amazing Dungeon Master, Brandon.
I do everyone else.
They'll be joining me tonight as my co-hosts, as well as my special little elves. They're my favorite elves. And tonight's episode, the crappy Christmas caper. Now, little bit of backstory about this one. This is actually part 2 of a one-shot that we ran last year called The Crappy Christmas Caper. Tristan and I played the same characters this year that we did last year. We also had Malcolm on the show. He played the same character. And we also had Hannah, who also played the same character. The new addition was Nancy.
One new addition.
Right. It should be noted, like, if you're going back through our catalog to find part 1, you're not going to find it.
It was before the show.
It was pre-stream.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just when we were doing it just for fun, Brandon had come up with the Crappy Christmas Caper part 1, just for, us to have a good time. So that's where we came up with the characters. And we'd always talked about doing a part 2 after we had finished it the way we had. And this was a good opportunity for us to do a holiday one with the idea we had for the sequel. So I guess we should kind of explain really quickly the basis of the first one.
Brandon.
Last time on the Crappy Christmas Caper, the group had been contacted by an individual who wanted to, get rid of Santa once and for all because he was tired of being on the naughty list. And he contacted these individuals for their skills, their knowledge, and because they were also always on the naughty list and they all hated it.
Yeah.
So, each individual was chosen for a reason, and it culminated together for them infiltrating after getting magical items to kill Santa, to infiltrate and remove Santa from the North Pole by whatever means. As well as, steal what you can, find the magic stuff, the usual, take what you can, smash and grabs.
Personal agendas plus an ultimate goal.
Yes. Right? While there, they met the fortifications of the North Pole, which are some ore, some ogres, a white dragon,
Some golems,
some reindeer, elves. But the elves, they learned, had been a little bit disgruntled and that Santa was working them close to death and they were not a fan of it. They also learned that Rudolph and the rest of the reindeer were also getting worked mercilessly. Mm-hmm. And they found Krampus, the one, the only. Krampus' great-great-great-grandfather.
Yes. I'm a tiefling descendant of Krampus.
So finding him locked up in a large furnace, heating the North Pole and using his heat and energy to run everything. So they freed him, and upon freeing him, he went and just tried to kill Santa on his own, which...
In a weakened state was not a good idea.
Yeah, no, which is not a good idea, and they definitely found out that Santa was not one to mess with. Because there are many different versions of Santa they could fight.
Right.
And because they went through this secret thing, they found the hardest one.
Yeah, because it should be done. Like, if you haven't taken a chance, if you think of anything, you could probably find someone who's made a D&D monster of it. So if you look up Santa, there's about 100 different versions.
It's a lot.
So I know you as a DM were like, okay, depending on the path you take, you'll fight one of these. Like, there was like 4.
Yeah, it was depending on what you guys did. And you fought the Fallen.
Yes.
To which you guys went up, talked to Rudolph, was like, hey, we're going to help you guys. Don't you worry. We're going to do our best.
So we hate him too. And they're like, cool, thanks, bro.
You went out to the landing, the run where the sleigh was being held. Oh, I forgot. You guys also murdered Mrs. Claus in cold blood.
I mean...
She kind of asked to be put out of her misery.
It's true.
Santa had turned on her as well.
So you went and you fought Santa, and it was a close battle. Everyone was level 15.
Yeah.
It was a close battle for you guys, and you came out victorious, barely.
Mm-hmm.
And
it ended with some people leaving, but Krampus saying, "No, I'm going to keep my spoils," and he was like, "I'm going to run the North Pole now."
said we're going to run it better, and all the elves were like, "Oh no!" And then we jump forward 5 years.
Yes.
Yep.
So everyone had, done their own things, leveled up to level 20. What was Frost and Cezra, the kobold, up to?
So Frost and Hannah's character Cezra, at the end of part 1, had sort of left together, and went off and had 12 Kobold Tabaxi kids.
Monstrosities. They would be classified as monstrosities.
They're adorable.
Oh,
Monstrosities. If I made them creatures, they would be monstrosities.
Yeah. Frost had also discovered a little bit of shadow magic inside himself, and thereby multi-classed sorcerer.
Go ahead, give us their names.
So our kids' names. There is Paxi, Lobby, Cant of the Peaks, Jersey, Devry, Blee, Seska, Hunter of the Peaks, Balerance, Blurb, Terrence, and Scott.
Beautiful. Those abominations against nature.
They're so
Crimes
cute.
against the
So
natural order.
cute.
And so Malcolm's character had decided to stay with me at the North Pole to just help me do stuff. And
Right.
He played a halfling druid.
Just a tank of a person.
Yes.
Right.
So he was like, Krampus, you're a cool guy. Let's hang out. And he
Let's
just stuck around
chill.
for 5 years.
Then you had the newcomer was someone that you hired to help build things for you.
Right. Nancy played a changeling artificer, the
Yeah.
new class. Now
Named
official.
Erebus.
Yes.
And now official. So, artillerist.
Yes.
Built, toys and unusual magical things, but also fortified.
Yes. Krampus definitely knew that they were going to be enforced.
Somebody was eventually going to come.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he doomsday prepped.
Good thing.
So we started off in the warehouse. Frost and Cezra were there. And then
Recounting the night that had happened before where they had done, or the few nights before where you guys had done your Christmas antics with Krampus.
Right.
Because it should be noted, everyone, the elves were worried at first that, Krampus, a descendant of Krampus, is now running North Pole. But to their pleasant surprise,
He likes running it like a business.
yes, he was very business oriented. He treated the elves well, gave them good dental and stuff like that. And he ran Christmas fairly the same, just with a little less.
A little more rattling.
Yes, he was. Since he is Krampus, a descendant of Krampus, he did reward the bad kids accordingly to Krampus traditions.
And because you're just a tiefling, though, you couldn't do it all by yourself.
Correct.
So you got some help from every year. Everyone would come back and help you.
Yes,
And that would
and they
normally
were
lead-
rewarded.
And normally that would mean things got stolen, broken, destroyed. Kids were terrified more than they should have been. And so an old man...
I don't know what you're talking about.
An old man cursed you.
Yes.
And you guys were like,
Okay,
what
old
is
man.
happening?
It's like, all right, old man. But also during that 5 years, Krampus has dedicated a lot of his life to trying to return Krampus to life. Or at least back to this plane.
I want my grandpa.
I want my grandpa back. This is my soul mission. And we had gotten to a place where his soul was in
A giant snow globe.
Right. So he was there in the meeting going like, yes, good.
Perfect. Christmas went just as I wanted. Give him the rattle.
Give him the gold rattle. Krampus is a little old school.
Did you bring me any children to eat?
No? So you had learned because of Apex.
Yes, Apex.
Of the Alpine.
Who, it should be noted, was going to be another player named Chris, but unfortunately at the last minute he had to drop out.
But I put him in there, and he warned you guys, like, hey, guys, I heard some weird things happening over town.
There's some floating pumpkins, some rabbits, some
a whole
fluttering...
lot of naked, weird baby angel things.
and so we were
Tom
like...
Short and the green people.
Yeah. Like, well, we should probably worry about this.
We should prep. And then you let Marks know.
Mark's my head elf, my second in command.
He was your second in command. Hello, I am Marks.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
Hi-ho. Hey, he's a wonderful voice.
Yes.
Very iconic.
Right. And it was one of those things where he asked for Mark's opinion. He's like, hey, we might be in for some stuff. What do you think we should do? What is your opinion? He was like, you instigated this, alpha program just in case. You should do it. All right, just want to make sure that everyone was ready to take up arms.
Everyone was.
Yes.
A lot of candy canes were sharpened at points.
Get stabbed. Yeah.
Krampus is a good leader.
So sure enough, we sort of fortified everything.
Yes.
And what was it that sparked it off?
Well, I had sent Rudolph, because Rudolph has now become the faithful soldier. He's a buffed up reindeer now. And I sent him up for patrol, because he was going to be able to see the best.
Right.
With his glowing nose.
And he had been gone for a while, and we eventually had him crawl out from around my house.
Because you were warned because of him, and your druid sent out his familiar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who warned him.
Yeah.
And then poofed.
So we got some warning. Rudolph was like, what is it? Cupids. They're coming, sir. I was like, get him inside!
Get this brave soldier inside! We're not losing him!
Blitzen, come!
So then you got on Blitzen with some of the other reindeer, and you went towards your house.
Yes.
Santa's hut.
And I believe Ball and God, what was Marina?
Erebus.
Erebus. Ball and Erebus followed you.
Everyone and Cesra.
Everybody and Cesra. So I was the only one who stayed behind in the
We were
grotto.
like, I hide here.
I was like, I hide, I sneak, I climb walls. And once you guys got out there,
The fluttering of wings.
fluttering of Cupid wings.
About 70 of them. We could see them coming.
That's all you could see. There was more.
Yeah.
You could only see 70. To which arrows started raining down.
Because the Cupids.
Yeah, they're just shooting arrows.
Someone got charmed.
Cesra got charmed.
Because of Cupids, man.
The main Cupid came up because you also heard, like, bunnies!
Yeah, the intercom system that we had set up. Bunnies were to the north and pumpkins were to the south.
Right. You heard them from the north, or from the south. Mm. And immediately you were like, the ball was like, okay, I'm going to go check that one out. And Frost was like, I guess I'm getting down now.
Right. And then as the Cupid started getting close and main Cupid showed up. With
don't you know?
And a leprechaun on his back. They had shown up, and all of a sudden, do comes from behind because we had set up giant crossbow like
pretty much giant ballistas. Yeah, they're just like keep loading.
So I was like, all right, this might be handled
they
here.
Were giant icicles, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we had so Ball and Frost started heading south.
Right.
Nancy and Hannah Hannah got charmed.
Cesra and Erebus were doing their best. Cesra got charmed until got knocked out of it.
Right.
Yes.
It was like, oh, thank goodness.
Meanwhile, Krampus ran to the north by
there
himself.
There was only 5 of them. Someone had to go alone, and
Krampus.
Boy, how did you pick the bad straw?
Did I though? Because
how it worked out? No.
Well,
statistically,
my thought is going
yes.
south as a fire-based thing would have been bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, technically, but you also it would have been like you guys would just punch each other a lot. So you went north to find bunnies hopping around that after so often were changed into monstrosities,
which was great.
And then the Easter Bunny with his 4 katana.
Yeah.
Came up and was like, I'm not here to actually kill you, but if you're gonna get in my way, we're gonna do this. You fought an undead Trent and the Pumpkin King.
Yes. Yeah. So I was fighting Easter. They were fighting Halloween.
And Cesra and Erebus were fighting Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. Hi. So. You guys handled it pretty well. There was a few moments where you guys like, oof, ow, ooh, ee.
Especially me.
This is happening a lot. Do we get a heal? No. Crap. Oof, ee. Eventually, Cesra toasted
There was so many fireballs being cast
Just
in.
fireball, lightning bolt, fireball. Just
Yeah.
the entire
Area of effects.
The entire east was just.
Yeah.
It's like an air raid just going on.
It's not a place to be.
No. I mean, so yeah, they kind of took care. They were taking care because it came to a point where everyone was kind of like at a good, like almost like a standstill to some degree.
It was a good trial of trades.
Yeah, and I mean, especially because we were finding like the Pumpkin King could absorb fire.
Especially a druid, though. Your druid being a druid. And
our druid turned into a fire elemental first. It was like, okay, maybe not be a fire elemental.
Yeah, especially because the Pumpkin King would heal from it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
You were shooting off arrows at him.
At first, then I tried to switch my spells, but then we also learned that the Pumpkin King was not gonna take any that psychic shit.
You're like, aha! And then you were like, you got no brain.
you got a candle.
This makes a lot of sense.
Managed to take out the Trent, though, so I think that was helpful.
And then that's when Leprechaun died. That was
Leprechaun died.
No, the Leprechaun died right after.
He died after because it was at one point we heard we got it.
Oh, that's right, because there was so much time where it's like, we got it. And then they all teleported.
Right.
And then Krampus was like, haha, I have you now, Easter, bye.
As they're all like
Pumpkin
suddenly
King.
right in
Cupid.
front of him.
Leprechaun.
So, using survival checks and
basically,
and
like being like,
being some
Process of
ranger
elimination.
skills and stuff, we started making our way north to where Krampus was.
And everyone did their best to get there. I mean, of course, the druid being able to...
Right.
Got there fast. You got there pretty fast. Everyone got there fairly fast. You
all got there quick.
You were lucky they got there so fast.
I was running low. I was like, crap, I need to either use this potion or my second win here soon. I was like, this is too soon. Don't do it now.
I don't want to go down like this. Not like this.
Yeah.
They had pulled out. They had sent people in because you guys had left that room.
Even with the guards. There's only a couple of elf
You
guards.
may have that tunnel into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
They had ways in.
Yeah, I know.
They could have just...
It was like as a player, I knew it was going to happen.
Whatever, there's something you didn't have enough people to guard everything.
Yeah, I think that was my initial plan though. Would have been to hang out in that room and.
So they got Krampus and they were pushing him outside.
Right. Well, because I was also just concerned about the North Pole as a whole. Because Krampus is his home. It's his business. He, as you watch it, you notice that he actually cares about the elves a great deal.
They had a luau.
So, because you had given the base a health,
and I gave it so many turns, and that's how much health it was going to start.
Right.
Because it was being sieged by were-bunnies, animated pumpkins, undead trends, cupids. So there were plenty of things that you couldn't kill them all.
Right. So that was were a couple of things in mind, which is why I didn't want to do the battle inside because they just would have destroyed it from the outside.
Oh, this is nice. Let's get rid of this.
But they managed to get the giant snow globe with Krampus outside.
Yes.
So when we all finally did make it back north, the leprechaun went first.
He went.
But then the Cupid went up to Krampus in the snow globe and started trying to attack that.
And it broke the glass shell. And because of it being a celestial, he does radiant damage. And so that was just like.
Krampus was taking a lot of radiant damage directly to his soul.
Yeah.
So, and Krampus was like, I want to get over there, but I can't.
Yeah.
If I leave, I die.
Right. So then we killed. Cupid went next.
You killed in order because after everyone got there, a lot started happening. It was Cupid. It was Easter Bunny.
Yes, I finally killed off the Easter Bunny.
Leprechaun. Cupid.
And then that triggered something.
And that triggered.
Yeah.
Something to happen.
Yes.
As there was a stunned silence for a moment as the Pumpkin King was like, oh no, they're coming. Help me. Help me. And then two angels, one of order, one of balance, showed up.
Right. And this is where, when they showed up, they were talking about how there was no, the balance had been shifted, that Krampus's return would surely shift the balance.
There was already a shift because of all the holidays and the holidays dying and the you guys being in power. So they're just like, we're here to stop that.
Right.
And then they were like, Pumpkin King, you existing now is out of balance. Pop.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, now for you guys. And we're like, not without a fight.
Yeah.
And then What did we learn real quick?
That
One of them could just decimate.
yeah.
Yeah, the long sword with 3 strikes.
Yeah.
Um,
But somebody made a really smart call.
That would be-
and banished one of them.
Ooh, even though great saves rolled low.
yes.
It was
Because that's a charisma save, right? And with Celestials and
I was
Angels,
like,
they tend to have
oof.
pretty good charismas.
But it worked out really to our favor. And,
Yes. So one went
yeah.
for a minute, which is 10 rounds, and we were in combat, which
Yeah.
is the best opportunity for that kind of thing. Because we've used something like this to our advantage. And if you watch the other one shot, the Almighty 5, we tried doing the same basic thing. So we had to deal with one angel as a group, which was good.
It was good. It was good. Nothing bad happened. It went well.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying it was the best possible option.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you guys started dropping.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did. But fortunately, we were able to take care of the one angel.
Barely.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
Frost went down. I got frightened. So
You were frightened.
I was frightened. You came back and you were like, "Hey, Spuddy." I'm like, "Bye."
And that's the turn where
He went over to
the angel, she went over and was like, "Hey, Krampus.
Yeah.
I see
You're
your
not
grandchild's died. No one's around. So,
Radiant Sword.
Yeah. and destroyed Krampus.
dealing so much radiant damage.
But then after the frighten wore off, you came back and
Turn
then
around,
with
you were like,
there was a whole bunch of us then ganging up on the angel, and we were able to take her out.
Took down
And-
the first one.
you took down. You were the final blow though on the one of balance
Yeah.
because it was cathartic.
Yes, because we had defeated the first one, and then we were all just like, just waiting. We're like, "All right, other angel, you want to try this? Let's do it. I'm hasted. I got a second wind prepped and ready. I got like 12 attacks waiting for your butt. I got
You were
Yeah.
hasted for just long enough.
yes.
Yeah.
I had like I think like one
You
round
had like
left.
one or
you
two
had-
rounds left.
nah, you had-
No.
I was
So
thinking-
yeah, so we had all just kind of like we had been buffed. We were like healed. We were just waiting for the
Yeah.
thing. He was like, "Boop, hello, I am. Oh no." And then Krampus just was just like,
Let me take 12 attacks on you.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. Let me take 12 attacks on
He
you.
didn't. Brandon didn't even have.
yeah.
Just roll.
If you
On
watch
fire
it
alone.
yeah, if you watch it, it's just like, it's your turn, Tristan. All right, cool, we're done.
I wasn't going to have you roll all of those.
Because I also had
with
advantage.
that was going to be the 4 attacks, then your hasted action, then your 4 more attacks.
Second wind. And then,
You had your action surge. You had all. You had
action
4. You had
surge.
12 attacks, then a 13th offhand.
Yeah.
Statistically, out of 26 rolls, one of those is going to be a critical. That's all you needed.
Right.
You just was like,
Yeah.
so that angel, now gone.
yeah.
Yep.
So then we would go over to the snow globe and try to find any piece of Krampus still being there.
You found a single chip of horn.
Tiny
chip
piece
of horn. But as far as we tell, Krampus is gone. Because it's
Yeah.
his soul itself attacked by angels in a weakened state. He is gone.
Radiant.
Pure heavenly radiance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so we defeated it, and then it was like, all right, where is everyone? And Elves and Marks comes over like, hello,
Hello.
I'm missing an arm.
My arm's gone, but we did it. We're alive. The base is intact. Everyone's in the warehouse. Or most everyone survived. Did we win? What do we do?
And it's like, let's have a meeting over in the warehouse.
Everyone went to your little shop. You went to the workshop. The warehouse blew up though.
Yeah, that's right,
because
the warehouse, because
Yeah.
someone missed a fireball.
the Pumpkin King missed a fireball and just
It happens.
your entire
No.
stock gone.
Yeah.
I think someone missed the Pumpkin King with a fireball, wasn't
I
it?
didn't have fireball, so.
No, it was the fireball rolled a nat 1 on the attack.
That's what it was.
And it was odd to even so it completely whiffed and just whoop.
So yeah, so then it was Krampus called a meeting, and it was like, okay, this balance thing is getting ridiculous. Let's not be on the bad side of that anymore.
I don't want to deal with this anymore.
And then hearing that, Frost was like,
Honey,
"Deuces."
we're out of here. These
But
guys
not without taking 24 billion gold.
Naughty list.
It's almost like what did I do? Oh yeah. I took the Krampus name. I am now Krampus. Part of his soul is now part of me.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons Frost got out of there real fast.
So that's what Krampus did. He is now the new Krampus. He has assumed the name.
You're Krampa. Remember, you're now the new Santa. You're Krampus.
That's right. I'm Krampa.
You go by Krampus, but you're Krampus and Santa.
Right. So like what little essence of Krampus that was there is now in me. Like we see my horns grow significant.
Yeah.
But he talked because he was already a lawful evil. Like he had a code. Now he's like, all right, let's be balanced. I don't want my elves being attacked again and again.
Business is too important for this.
Yeah.
Like I care about these guys too much. So he's much more of a lawful neutral now. He's like, all right, well, because they were already like, we're gonna have a business meeting about maybe being a little bit more good to people.
Maybe we should try. I don't want to keep fighting angels.
And I was like, all right, we were going to do that at the business meeting anyway. All right, we'll be a little more good to things. And, yeah, balance.
Erebus was like, do I still get to make stuff? And you
I
were
was,
like, yeah.
oh, yeah, I was like, yeah, your contract's still intact. Would you want to fulfill
You can
the
leave if you want.
You have an out now, but you have your workshop here and you can do whatever the heck you want.
And Erebus was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Ball and Krampus have been...
buddies.
Have been buddies for 5 years now, and I was like, "You want to stay?" And he was like, "Hell yeah, bro!
We got this. You can
Have
be
a
the
good
neutral.
time."
I'll be the not so neutral.
Yeah, and that, like we said, Frost and
Cesar ran off to have
more
babies. But now that they can afford to put them all through college,
yeah,
Yes.
they're all just like
Two
wizards.
sorcerers need to go to college.
They're bards.
I was gonna.
There are so many bards.
If they're all wizards.
Oh my god,
Do you
so
know-
many bards.
Do you know?
No, the old multi-class. They start
Making
in
them-
wizard school, and then they
making
go to
them
bardic college.
Anything that's not sorcerer with both of your DNA being sorcerer is just going to be like, I thought they should all be wild magic.
They can
They would-
multi-class wild magic bards.
Wild magic sorcerer bars or charisma is going to be great, but they're also going to be like, I play a song.
I love
Oops,
it.
wrong song.
The abomination side of them is going to be like, I'm going to play a song of rest, and then people's heads start exploding.
But I thought overall this was a really nice way to sort of tie up the story that we
Yeah.
started last year, and you know, I think that it turned out pretty good.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, it was a fun, goofy episode. We're talking about
Yeah.
killing holidays here.
Yeah.
It's almost like if God of War was like God of Holidays.
Yeah, a little bit.
So-
You guys got really lucky on the radiant damage, though. The radiant damage that sword gave, I rolled a lot of ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
jeez.
fortunate.
You guys got real lucky.
Yeah.
You would have died. Died very painfully.
Oh well. We didn't.
You
Yeah,
didn't.
because we had an overpowered druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Druids, ladies and gentlemen, getting level 20,
Yeah, high level druids are
infinite health.
Yeah,
yeah.
basically.
You need something to stun them and deal enough damage to pervert them to the regular form, and then start dealing damage to the regular form.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to do. Not impossible,
Druids,
though.
man.
Really hard.
So I mean, I think it was nice for us to have just a really like nonsensical episode because even with the other one shots we've done, they've had serious tones to them more
Yeah.
or less. This one was just all out ridiculous.
A
We're
happy ha-ha holiday.
yes,
Basically.
a Merry Christmas.
Hey!
And this is where I'm going to end the episode because I am sick of Christmas puns. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to check out the episode if you haven't already seen it. It's the Crappy Christmas Caper.
And make sure to dash through our videos to find this one. Get it like dashing through the...
And we'll see Yule next time.
And make sure to jingle the notification bell to get updated about all of our videos.
Oh, reindeer, how what are we gonna
This
do?
video is not an admission of guilt.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.